right. My next guest here is no stranger to Mount Carmel. He has been teaching here for 25 years. And actually, I really didn't make an introduction. He needs no introduction. A lot of people know him here. A lot of fathers have had him, sons have had him, and it's gonna be a good day. And a new special addition to this episode. You're looking at me. Yes, you're looking at me. This is the first episode where we have cameras. Also, this is the first episode we're gonna be playing an activity while we talk. So, Doc Barry here right now live. I'm gonna switch my cameras. Hopefully they get it just in time. Doc Barry, how you doing?
Very good.
Great. It's a good day.
It is a great day.
It's the beginning of break. Well, break starts really technically tomorrow because we have e-learn day.
That's right.
But it's a good day.
It's a great day.
Speaking of chess, since we got the chess board, he is the chess coach here at Mount Carmel. We just won our chess match. I'm not going to say names, but we beat it pretty badly. Not going to lie, we beat him pretty badly. I lost my match. I was the only person that lost. It's fine though.
It is fine.
But yeah, we're gonna play chess while we get started.
That's great.
So Doc, how did you get to Mount Carmel?
25 years ago.
25 years.
I received a call. I received an email from a man who'd been the chair at the classics department at the University of Chicago, where I had just received my PhD. And he knew that I was interested in teaching in a high school, and he had heard that Mount Carmel High School was looking for a Latin teacher. It was an emergency. This was during the summer, like 2 months before school was about to begin. And I had never heard of Mount Carmel even. I knew nothing about Mount Carmel. And I came down for an interview with Mr. John Haggerty, father of the current teacher, Mr. Daniel Haggerty. And we, the next thing you knew it, I was teaching at Mount Carmel.
That's how we're gonna do things here. Just if you don't know, we're gonna try to get it together. But we're gonna hopefully press the clock once we're done talking. He wanted it to be a conversation, which is good. That's great. So you said you knew nothing about Mount Carmel.
That's right. I knew nothing about Mount Carmel.
Which is kind of surprising, honestly. You know, was it as much of a football school as it was?
Oh yes, I remember I was working at a law firm, and the last day that I was working at the law firm before I quit my job and decided to come here, there was in the Tribune the main article in the sports section was about the upcoming Mount Carmel Joliet Catholic football game.
Oh, really?
And so after that, I started paying attention, obviously, to Mount Carmel football.
So, law firm. How did you? What was that?
So I had been working on a PhD at the University of Chicago for many years.
Okay.
Took me a long time. I was writing a dissertation, and during those years, every now and then I would go work at a law firm. I was a paralegal at one of the big Chicago law firms. I worked night and day, off and on for 10 years. And it was a crazy, hectic job. And it was a lot of fun, but the hours were insane. And in the end, it was also very frustrating.
So that's why you left?
I was intending to leave at some point, but I needed it. I was looking for a teaching job.
Really? So you wanted to be a teacher?
Yes. I mean, I was working on my PhD in the hopes of becoming a college professor. And that just wasn't going to work out.
The college professor?
Yes, for a lot of reasons. And so I thought, well, maybe I'd like to teach high school. And this job opened up, and I decided to take it. And I thought, well, I'll do it for a year and see what it's like. And so I did. And that was 25 years ago, and I've never left.
Wow. That's great. Now, have you been teaching Latin the whole time? The whole time you were here?
Yes. My very first year, I taught Latin 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I taught an English class as well. And so for the last 25 years, I've been the Latin teacher, and I've also taught English classes and a few other classes along the way.
So let me get this straight. You worked at a law firm, and not, law usually takes, history and English, but you went into Latin. How did you get to a law firm into a language?
So sort of the other way around.
Okay.
After I graduated from college, where I studied Greek and Latin, I went to the University of Chicago to get a PhD in Greek and Latin, and I was in the program for 4 or 5 years. I received my master's degree. I was starting to work on my dissertation to get my PhD, and then I was struggling with my dissertation. So I knew some people who knew some people, and I got a job at this law firm in the city of Chicago. And that was, I think, 1989, maybe, 1990. And I worked there as a paralegal. I didn't have any experience in the law at all. I was thinking of possibly going to law school, and a lot of people suggested that before I go to law school, I should work as a paralegal to see if I was really interested in doing it. Mm-hmm. And after working as a paralegal for a few years, I definitely did not want to become a lawyer.
Why not?
It's a very...
it's a pretty, it's up there in the career.
But it's not that it's challenging. It's just all-consuming. You don't have a life. They own you. You make a lot of money, but it wasn't really satisfying.
Yeah.
So I mean, I didn't hate doing it. At times, I enjoyed it, and it kept me busy, and it paid pretty well. I mean, I made more money then than I do now, and that was 25 years ago. Mm-hmm. So it paid off, but it was, like I said, it was sort of all-consuming and not very
It just wasn't for you. Right.
It wasn't for me.
Right.
That's right.
I like that.
And so then I had this opportunity to teach here, and I never went back.
You've been doing it since.
Been doing it for
and
25
you've been
years.
teaching. So the whole time you've been teaching, it was at Mount Carmel.
I taught some colleges,
Okay.
part-time in various colleges for 4 or 5 years before I came here. Mm-hmm. Also while I was working on my dissertation and in between working at the law firm. So I went back and forth teaching in small colleges, working on my dissertation, and working at this Chicago law firm.
Sorry guys, I gotta focus. Hold on. This is good.
It's a good game, actually.
This is a good game. Wow. All right, so you were kind of looking for a job when you came to Mount Carmel, right?
That's right. I did not. I knew I wasn't going to work at the law firm forever.
So did you think you were going to work at Mount Carmel?
No, not at all. No.
So what was that?
1 or 2 years.
1 or 2 years. That was the plan. That's usually what the plan is.
Yes, 1 or 2 years, and I don't know what happened.
Yeah, you kind of got stuck.
I can't remember. Can't remember what happened, but I'm still here.
Yeah, right.
The thing about Mount Carmel is it grows on you.
Right.
I have to admit, and I think a lot of teachers would say this, the first year or two, where they were very challenging. I really didn't know what to expect. I'd never taught in a high school before. I had never taught in a Chicago high school before. I'd never taught in an all-boys high school. A Catholic school, right. A school of such diversity.
Let's talk about that.
All of the things at Mount Carmel that are really great about Mount Carmel are things that were completely unfamiliar to and unique to me.
Right.
That's correct.
I don't like that move, but it's all right. Keep this conversation.
It's kind of like a movie you made yesterday, actually, when you lost your match.
Okay, Doc. Under. All right. Oh, I didn't think you were going to do that one. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me see what you're going to do. All right. So, it's illegal, guys, by the way. Don't. It's not your turn. But, so you said it kind of stuck to you. The all boys, the school kind of stuck.
Yeah, I think that even though I wasn't quite used to the sort of intensity of the students here, the focus on behavior was not something that I was expecting. What I felt when once I got to know Mount Carmel and know the students at Mount Carmel, and this has stayed true for all the 25 years that I've been here, is that something about the culture here is okay. I don't like that move. Something about the culture here is makes it a really unique, powerful community. Mm-hmm. What I've always felt about the students at Mount Carmel and the faculty as well is that you get that everybody's very authentic, and I think it has something to do with our all boys
Yeah.
culture and with our diversity. But you get what you see is what you get at Mount Carmel. You don't have a lot of fake people, and so that's what I really like about it. And I think it's been great for me because it's an opportunity for me to be my own, to express my own personality, which,
Right.
as you know, at moments could be also pretty intense.
Yeah, it could. Which we're going to get into.
And
Coach.
and I think that works because it shows that I'm very passionate about what I do and I take it very seriously. And if my students aren't acting or responding the way that I want them to, then I get frustrated.
Yeah.
And I let them know that. And so it's really that is one of the very powerful things about Mount Carmel is that authentic self and how I just lost this game.
It is.
So I have to think about this for a second.
Yeah, think about it while I get you another question.
I'm in check anyway.
Okay.
So yeah,
Think about it, and I'm gonna get you.
Okay. Yeah, I moved there.
You did move there.
Yes.
Let me see what you want. Let me see what I want to do. So when you came, was it kind of intimidating? It being so different, because usually people come to find a challenge. Did you come to find a challenge in you came from a law firm to high school, not only a high school, Catholic high school, all boys high school, and did you think it was going to be some type of difference that you had to teach?
Yes.
Like, what was the plan that you came in with?
I was not expecting to have to think about discipline, for example.
Really?
In fact, the very first sort of introduction that Mr. John Haggerty gave, my first day was so much about managing the classroom, behavior and discipline. And I remember sitting there.
That was the first day?
Yes.
Okay.
What are you talking about? I thought we were going to be talking about how I teach. And ever since then, it's so much of our focus has been on discipline.
Yeah.
And that was I was not at all ready for that. I thought that I was going to walk in, and I was going to have 20 kids sitting in their desks silently waiting for me to lecture the details of Latin grammar to them. They were going to write down notes, do their homework, study for tests,
right.
get great grades, and be extremely serious about it. And I was surprised that it wasn't quite as ambitious academically as I thought it was going to be. Mm-hmm. I just wasn't expecting that.
So was that a surprise?
That was an enormous surprise. But
did you have to change up?
I had to definitely change up, and I still have to change up every day. Mount Carmel students create challenges that, in the end, are very good. Well, like I said, Mount Carmel students have a good, I guess we'd call it a BS detector. I mean, they don't let you get away with phoning it in too often. And so I had to constantly be on my toes to think of new ways of teaching the material so that I would hold their attention and make them, be interested in learning.
Do you think that was unique to the all boys?
I think it probably is very much unique to the all boys part of it. And I have to say, I still have that challenge every single day.
Right.
45 minutes ago, in my last class today, it was the exact same thing as it was 25 years ago. It's the exact same. I know. It's the exact same challenge. And in the end, I think that's what I really like about it, because it's not easy. And it requires you to put a lot of thought into it and to actually work at teaching. And if you had students who were really always that eager to learn, it wouldn't be worth it. There wouldn't be a challenge, and the challenge is very much worth it. So
you say there's a challenge in coming to school. Why do you want that challenge? What gets you to school?
Because this game's a disaster.
We have to do another one. I might get him a check before.
Because in the end, the students, they really do learn something. They really appreciate it. And it's, to think, for example, like a lot of our guys, how many of our students wake up saying, "I really want to learn Latin grammar today"?
Not me.
Not many.
Right.
And for me to be able to get them to enjoy or appreciate it at least is that's very worthwhile.
Right.
Because our students at Mount Carmel, I mean, a lot of them would never ever take Latin anyplace else.
Exactly.
So this is the one opportunity I have.
And you are our only Latin teacher.
That's
here.
right. And there aren't a lot of schools at this point that teach Latin. I mean, some Catholic schools do, and some more competitive schools do. But my students here at Mount Carmel, they would not. This is their only opportunity to learn something like Latin. So I feel like this is something, hopefully, that they can take with them for the rest of their lives. And I feel like I've been really sort of important in getting there. I think it's your turn, actually.
Is it really?
Because I took Europe.
Okay. Now, were you always a chess coach since we're talking about that already?
No, I only started coaching chess 4 years ago.
Okay.
And that was, I've always played chess. First time I played chess was 58 years ago.
Oh, really?
When I was 5 years old,
Okay.
I learned. But I didn't start playing coaching until 4 years ago when there was not a chess coach, and there were some students of mine in Latin who were on the chess team, and they asked me if I'd be willing to be the chess coach. And because my son, who's our youngest child, was a senior, I didn't really need to be home as much as otherwise. I had the time to do it.
Yeah.
And it really was just a question of having time. And so, like I said, it's been 4 years, and I love it. It's
been 4 years,
yeah.
and we're doing pretty good. We went to state last year, and hopefully going to state this year.
Right.
And we have a great team.
Yeah, and my first year, it was
I
rough.
was about to get into that.
It was
so
rough.
You said so. I'm gonna get to where this year we just won yesterday.
Yes, we did.
And remarkable things that we've been doing is our practice. I would say our practice time is probably our best. Some of our best times,
Yes,
you know.
it is.
I had fun, you know. Yesterday was crazy. I don't know what I was. I don't know. I was drunk, but I don't drink. I don't know what I do, guys. I'm crazy. It was great. And you said that we've played as many practices in one day this year.
As many practice games.
Your first year.
Then the entire year.
So tell me how was the first year?
I had 4 or 5 guys who were on the team, but 2 of them would never show up. We would go to a match, and I would be walking down the halls, trying to find somebody who could come to play our match. We went to some matches with only 6 kids, and
you need 8.
1 or 2 of them didn't even barely knew how to play. It was a real struggle, and nobody would come to practice. And so, yeah, we didn't make it to state. We didn't play very well. And it was, I have to admit, it was not that much fun, except that the 2 students that I knew had fun, and they were very appreciative.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you've ever watched a TV show or a movie where they're played chess.
Okay.
For some reason, I've seen a lot of TV shows and movies where there's a chess game. And I always tell my wife when we're watching these that these are completely unrealistic. Because in most chess games, it doesn't happen that there's just like a surprising checkmate out of nowhere.
Right.
It's only in TV. And I think it is appropriate here that we are on TV.
The media.
That
Oh,
Aaron,
gosh, I saw that.
I just checkmated
I
you.
saw that. Okay.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you what?
No.
How you did not? Because you're in check. You're in check.
I got
Doc.
too excited.
Doc, you're in check.
And now it's over. See?
You're in check. Doc, come on now.
I
Come
know.
on now.
I moved out of check.
What is that?
Now you can take.
You know what? And I saw that too. And I wasn't about to check it either. I saw that. That's why I put that there.
I was so excited. Okay, well.
That's why I started laughing, Doc.
All right.
I don't know. Following after you.
It's your move.
Doing? What am I doing? Let's see.
Don't mess it up.
And you made that whole monologue.
I know. It was a great monologue too.
It was good. Wow. I was like, what is he doing?
Oh, Aaron.
Oh, I'm winning this game, guys.
You are winning this game.
All right, let me see.
So and then over time, there's just been more and more interest. So what I started last year, and I've been doing a lot more this year, is we have the leaderboard. Every time somebody plays a game of chess, they get added to the leader. If they win, they get added to the leaderboard. So now I'm tracking every game that we play, and as of this week, we're probably over 400 games.
400 games just this week.
No, total.
Yeah, total.
For the entire since September, and that's just amazing. Actually, that we had 10 to 15 guys up there twice a week, playing game after game
and
after
people
game
who
after
are
chess.
learning too.
And there are people who come up to learn.
Hey, people that we don't know who know how to play chess.
That's right. And
Yeah.
I always say, you don't have to know how to play chess. If you still want to learn how to play chess, somebody up there can teach you how to play chess. And I don't care if you just want to play for fun. In fact, I love the fact that some people, they don't want to do competitive chess. They just want to come up and play chess for fun. And so that's
You're going to take this little guy all the way
yeah.
down.
This is a disaster.
It's all good, Doc. It's all good. Oh, let me see what I'm going to do here. So, being of the reputation that Mount Carmel has of a football school,
Yes.
and you're the chess coach.
Yes.
And, here we go. Oh, here we go. Let's give me the queen. So as the reputation of Mount Carmel, it's a football
Yes.
school. Have you seen any difficulties as being a chess being-
Yes.
Being a coach?
Yes,
Yeah,
I have.
okay.
There's a very significant difficulty,
Okay.
which is, as you know, relatively speaking, we're not that good.
Right.
We are a mediocre chess team, and because of our tradition as being extremely successful, not just football, but other sports, the baseball team, the wrestling team, the basketball team, have all had a lot of success. Students especially sort of expect us to be equally good and can't understand why we're not. And that is a challenge because there are schools out there that are chess schools.
Right.
And if you're a big suburban high school with 3,000 kids, most of whom live within a few miles of the campus, they can be extremely successful. They can have extremely successful chess programs, whereas I'm pulling from 600 students, many of whom are already involved in multiple activities, including football and basketball. And so it's really hard to have that level of success. We're not the only ones. Our Catholic League rivals are, for the most part, equally mediocre at chess because it's not a thing at their schools. And I mean, that's a little frustrating because we are in such a habit of being such a successful athletic program that I think people forget that the purpose of doing sports or activities like this, when it really comes down to it, it's really not about winning.
What'd you say? What is it about?
It's about the experience of the sport. I mean, if you take, there are thousands and thousands of football teams that have mediocre football programs.
Right. That you never hear about.
Exactly.
Right.
And those guys take it just as seriously. They practice just as hard. Well, maybe not practice just hard.
But they're there. They have a team.
They're there. They have the team. And for those players, the experience is actually just as powerful as the experience is for our team, which is a state championship team. Because in the end, it's about the brotherhood, or girls' sport, the sisterhood. It's about competing. It's about trying your best, playing hard.
Sorry, Doc.
I'm sorry. Oh, geez. Losing and losing.
Right. Yeah.
Losing and dealing with losing. I mean, you don't learn a lot of lessons in life from winning. You learn more lessons in life from losing.
Okay.
So an argument could be made.
Preach, Doc. Preach.
An argument could be made that losing at something helps you out in the long run better than winning does.
What about a draw? Because I do a lot of draws.
Draws are very important as well. I mean, because and that's one of the chess is one of the weird activities where a draw is actually important. I mean, draws in tournament chess can be, and in our match last night, the draws helped us win the
right.
team
We needed
match.
it. Yeah.
So we got guys come up who have only played a few games of chess and then they lose, and I don't want them to get discouraged because, and I truly believe this, that losing at chess is an important part of the process. There's no way you get better at chess unless you play somebody who's going to beat you.
Right.
And so we probably have football players who have only lost 5 football games in their entire life. It's not the same. Chess is something that you need to lose at, because if you're not losing, then you're not playing good enough competition, and you're never going to get better.
You're not going to get better. Nice. I just want to put it out there
that I'm going to lose this game.
I was about to say that about 2 years ago. Oh yeah, Doc. All right. About 2 years ago, I would not have beat Doc in this game.
No, never.
and I was expecting to lose right now. Okay.
Never.
I was definitely expecting to lose. Let me see what I'm going to do.
Don't mess it up, please.
I have the potential of losing, guys, and I have lost the game.
No, you're not going to lose, but you could draw. Don't draw.
Yeah, right.
Actually, but the good news is I still have these pieces here.
Forget those.
But I can move them.
Forget those little guys.
So yeah, chess teaches a lot of life lessons, and just like sports do, but I wish people understood that especially in something like chess, it really is not just about winning or losing. It's about playing chess.
Yeah. I could have won this game about 2-3 moves ago. I didn't do it though. Let me see. So also, you said that you are pulling for the chess team, right? You got to pull from all types of, different.
Oh yeah.
You might have a player that's this good. You might have a player that's this good.
That's right.
You have a full range.
That's right.
Which is kind of unique to the Mount Carmel way.
That's right. Exactly.
And you see that in the classroom also.
Absolutely.
So, from your 25 years, do you think that's, is it good?
I think it's fantastic. I think it's great.
The big range.
Yeah, absolutely.
As a coach, you say that's
yes,
good. Okay.
Yes, and in the classroom, if I were only teaching students who were high performing all the time, I'd get extremely frustrated.
Really?
I'd get more frustrated.
Why is that?
Because I think it would get boring. It wouldn't be challenging. I mean, once again, it's kids who might not otherwise ever have the experience. And dang, I really couldn't read this thing.
That was good.
Congratulations.
That was good. We're gonna continue the conversation.
So yeah, the
want to play another one?
Sure.
Let's get another.
Set one up.
You be white.
And it's I think the greatest thing about Mount Carmel is its diversity. And it's not just like racial, ethnic diversity, socioeconomic diversity. It's diversity of skills and levels of sort of academic skills and preparation, how prepared they are for the academic experience here. And that diversity is also a good thing.
Yeah.
To have kids who are just all over the sort of spectrum of intelligences. And obviously, just because you're not good at memorizing Latin declensions doesn't mean that you're not intelligent in a lot of other ways. And we see this time and time again of kids who aren't necessarily really good at certain skills, but they understand other things very deeply and very powerfully. And that adds to the experience of everybody. And I strongly believe that that just having book smarts or good skills at math and literacy is not the only way to
succeed.
Exactly. And so I love that about Mount Carmel is the diversity of academic levels, and also the sort of the creativity that accompanies that, because we have a lot of creativity.
Nice.
I would just like to say there's literally no way I'm going to lose this game.
Well, I mean, you lost the pawn already, Doc. Come on. Now, did you have kind of a diverse upbringing for yourself?
No, gosh, I grew up in a small town in southeastern Iowa.
You're not from Chicago.
I'm not from
He's
Chicago.
not from Chicago.
I'm from
Wow.
rural Iowa, and diversity would be having an Irish Catholic and a German Lutheran at the same party.
Yeah, that's diverse.
That's an example
That was-
of diversity in southeast. Oh, we're not using diversity in southeastern Iowa. So yeah, it was not at all diverse.
So how did you get to Chicago?
To go to graduate school.
Really? You just stayed?
At the University of Chicago, and so yeah, I not really spent much time in Chicago at all prior to that.
Here we can bring it down.
No, let's keep it off. So yeah, but I love Chicago. It's one of the reasons that I love teaching at Mount Carmel is I love Chicago.
Nice. It's smack down in the middle.
Right.
Let's talk about your personal life. You was talking about your wife earlier. How did they feel when you got the job? Or was your family, or was just you?
Our daughter was a year and a half when I started working at Mount Carmel, and I think my wife, she was always very supportive of me teaching here, even though it definitely involved a pay cut. But she knows how much I like it, and so she totally supports it. The difficulty is I live very far away, so I've been commuting, over 30 miles.
How long does it take you?
Well, when I drove, it would take me about 45 minutes in the morning to get here, but an hour and a half to get home. After a few years ago, I started taking the train, which takes longer, but it's way more relaxing.
Really? And you do that more often?
I do that almost all the time now.
Nice.
And it's like tonight I'll hop on the train. It takes me 2 hours by train to get home. But it's okay.
Right, exactly.
Chuck.
That's kind of the challenge that Mount Carmel kind of brings.
Yes, and a lot of students have a similar
they do.
experience, and so I can sympathize with that.
Whoa, doctor, what are you doing? Are you just gonna make this even? Okay, all right.
So yeah, so my daughter was a year and a half when I started here, and then our son was born a few years later, and our daughter is a speech therapist for Chicago Public Schools, and our son's a junior at the University of Illinois.
Now I got a question. So you said it stuck to you. Has it ever been a time that you didn't want to be at Mount Carmel? Was you like, hey, it's kind of my time, and
I've never. There have been times that I've been frustrated at Mount Carmel.
Okay.
And it's never really been to the point of me seriously thinking about leaving. But there are times that I get frustrated, obviously.
Everybody does.
Everybody does at their job. But when I worked at the law firm, I had this experience frequently where I'd get off the train and walk across the loop on a Monday morning, and say to myself, I can't wait till Friday night. And I never had that experience in Mount Carmel as a teacher. I obviously, there are days that I'm exhausted. There are days that I would rather, be at home.
Right.
But in the end, I always look forward every day. I look forward to the day, and that's honestly the truth for the last 25 years. I'm in check.
Yes. We didn't say check. I should be saying check.
That's right. So yeah, I don't get. I never feel like I don't want to do it.
Nice.
Oh my God.
Doctor. It's hard to talk.
It's hard to talk and play chess at the same time.
He doesn't allow music when we play either.
That's right.
During practice. So, guess it adds on.
But this is fun.
It is fun.
It's still fun.
Let me see. I'm trying to think. Well, it's fine. Whatever.
It is your move.
It is my move.
So you can get out of this horrible situation you're in.
All right, that's fine. Yep.
Check.
All right. That's whatever. Next question.
You're in check.
I am in
Oh,
check.
so yeah.
So has there been a favorite era of you,
Check.
Doc? Has Doc been the same ever since he's been in Mount Carmel?
Yeah, I actually think that I don't really think I've changed that much
Okay.
in the last 25 years.
Do you think you should have, or is it like you take pride in that? I'm gonna lose this game. Wow.
Yeah, I don't. That's actually a really good question. I don't. I've actually never really thought about that before. Have I changed any as my sort of my Mount Carmel persona? Mm-hmm. Has that changed any in the last 25
Like
years?
if a student now who's had you now, would they have the same reaction?
No, if they saw me 25 years ago, they would say that's the exact same
They
person.
would.
There's just no.
Oh yeah, that's Doc.
That's
Doc.
Doc. Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure you could ask, some of the teachers who knew me back then and say that, there's really not much of a difference, which is really interesting.
Yeah.
Check.
So you've been teaching for 25 years, and there's obviously been a change in the education and how things are being taught.
Check.
Um,
Yeah, technology obviously.
right. So how has that transformed into the classroom?
Do you use
it?
This is might surprise you. I actually don't think it's changed
Really?
as much as a lot of people probably think it's changed, and not just in Mount Carmel, but throughout the country. When people talk about education and the role of technology, whether it's good or bad or whatever, I actually don't think it. Something about, once again, the Mount Carmel student has not changed in spite of other changes that take place outside of it. So the students are still very talkative.
Okay.
Whether they have devices or whether they,
The boys are talkative.
the boys are very talkative.
Okay.
And so I don't think there's really not much of a change. The technology means that they're distracted with devices frequently, but 25 years ago they were distracted by other stuff.
Right. So it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, it hasn't made much of a difference. Check.
Wow. All right. I think I might lose this one.
I hope so.
I might have to flip the board.
Yeah.
I'm not going to see that today. No.
Okay. Check. Check.
Now, Doc, have you had any regrets?
No, I don't really. I don't have regrets.
Really?
That's one. I spent many, many, many years working on a PhD. It consumed a lot of my life. I don't have any regrets about that. I spent a lot of years working at a law firm. That was not very.
It just wasn't for you.
It wasn't for me.
Right.
I have no regrets about that.
I really can't see Doc working at a law firm.
No, yeah.
I see Doc as Doc.
That was a different person. That
Really?
was definitely
Really? That was a different person.
Oh, much different. Absolutely.
Did you feel? So you said
the 25 years here, I have no regrets over the
Okay.
25 years I've spent here at all.
You said that Mount Carmel has a authenticity to
Yes,
it.
correct.
Would you say that it wasn't that you didn't see that part of it in the law firm?
Oh God, no.
Really?
That was a completely different world.
Nice.
And I think that some of the schools that you and I have gone to play chess at, I think it's the same thing. Where I don't think the students there have the authenticity that our guys have here.
And it kind of challenged us a little bit too.
It does. You're right. It does. That's a very good point.
They kind of wanted to breathe off each other.
Yes.
Misery loves company.
Right.
That's what I kind of put it as.
And I definitely don't have any regrets about the second game of chess.
Okay, Doc.
Which I think is now over.
Is that yeah, you're right. Oh my gosh. Well, we're gonna talk.
Okay, we can talk more.
That's right.
But that was another good game.
That was another good game. Oh, so I think we're nearing our 5 minutes here. That's why the whole clock was here. But so I'm just hopefully if the producers think we're talking too much, they can come
whatever.
and knock on.
You can edit it out or whatever.
Yes, it's all right. So is there a favorite moment that you have here at Mount Carmel?
No.
Top 5.
No, I don't. Well, that's another good question. Honestly, I there's one that keeps coming back to me, and I'm not sure I would say it's a favorite moment, but it was a very early moment that I think taught me what Mount Carmel is.
Oh, very good.
It was my second year here, and I was teaching 6 classes, and there was only 6. There was no studium. It was just 6 straight classes.
Oh, really?
So I didn't have a free period at all.
Yeah, right. Oh, you didn't.
And I taught 4 levels of Latin, a senior English class, and a junior English class. So I was busy. I taught 6 different classes, and it was only my second year. Yeah. And I had a senior English class, and I was not connecting with these guys. It was just, they, part of it was I wasn't really a regular English teacher. Latin was my thing, so it was a little bit outside of my comfort zone. They were a challenging group of guys. I didn't feel like comfortable with them, and they clearly didn't feel comfortable with me. And that previous summer, I had been teaching at a summer program at Northwestern for gifted kids.
Okay.
And one of the kids just thought I was a great teacher, and they were middle school kids. And her dad was like a vice president of a major corporation in Chicago.
Oh, really? Okay.
And he had emailed me and talked about what a great experience his daughter had had, and they wanted to take me out to dinner. It was like, I got the email like on a Wednesday or a Thursday, and the dinner was going to be on a Friday night. And I didn't read through the entire email. I wrote back, said, yes, can't wait, I'll be there. Someplace in a high-rise restaurant in Chicago, very fancy restaurant. And Friday afternoon before I left, now back then we had to wear ties as teachers.
Oh, you had to?
Yeah, we had that up until a few years ago. Yeah,
I did not realize.
Yeah, no,
a few years ago.
until before COVID. Right,
so you had 6 classes and had to wear a tie.
And I had to wear a tie, exactly. Literally, the worst part of my day was putting on the tie.
The tie. Right? I hate the tie.
So I'm reading the email again, and at the very bottom, he says, I should let you know that this restaurant requires a jacket.
Oh.
And I'm about 2 hours away from going downtown to this restaurant, and I don't have a jacket. And I read this to my students, and they say, well, go down to Coach Nick. So Coach Nick was a math teacher who had been here forever.
Okay.
He always has jackets.
Okay. Was he like the dean or whatever?
No, he was a math teacher.
He was just a math teacher.
He was a math teacher, but he always had jackets. So I ran down to Coach Nick, and sure enough, he had a jacket. The problem is it didn't match my shirt and tie, not even close.
Yeah.
So I brought it back to my class, and I said, well, here's the jacket, but it doesn't match my shirt and tie. And this kid said, well, I have a shirt. I have a white shirt. You can wear the white shirt. And I'm like, yeah, but like it's disgusting.
Right, it's yours.
He's like, no, it's actually, my mom makes me bring it here in case I forget to have a shirt for Mass. And it's completely clean, fresh out of the wash. And he ran down to his locker and he got his shirt. And I'm like, now the problem is my tie doesn't match. Another kid says, oh, I have a tie. And he runs down.
It's all coming together.
And he gets his tie. And 15 minutes later, these guys who I really had not been connecting with, they literally dressed me
right.
for this dinner that I had to go to. And it wasn't like not even a question. They're like, yeah, of course we'll do that. And I think that was like, oh my God, what a crazy place this is. Because what other school
would you have students coming and
I
got a shirt.
I got a shirt and it fits you.
Yeah.
And it's clean and don't worry about it. My mom doesn't care. Just, you don't even have to wash it. Though of course I did.
Right.
So that was, I think that was like,
yeah, that's a great story.
So that sort of has, and that was now almost 25 years ago. And so that really sort of sticks out as an experience that has always sort of stuck with me about what Mount Carmel is. And I think it was at that point that I realized that this is a very unique place.
Nice. So we're gonna close here.
All right.
I have 2 questions for you. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. I actually have 3. I'm gonna ask you a 3rd question. It's gonna be a weird question, Doc, so prepare yourself. If you were a sandwich, Doc, what sandwich would you be? It's supposed to be some type of psychological, I don't know. They kind of know.
Yeah, I'm not good at this one.
Okay.
It's been asked to me before.
I got another one. If you're not good.
And we've done this actually in my own house and have debates as to whether that means what sandwich do I like or what sandwich describes my personality.
Do both. What's your favorite sandwich?
I guess if I had to, I'd go with a muffaletta.
I've never even heard of that.
You've never heard of a muffaletta?
Latin? I ain't never heard of that.
It's a New Orleans thing.
That's why we come to Mount Carmel. We learn a whole bunch of new stuff.
It's a New Orleans thing.
Okay.
And it's stacked high with different meats and cheeses.
Okay.
And it's got like a sort of a, I don't know, like a relish of some sort.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic sandwich, but I think also it's just got so much going on that it's kind of like, I think, where I'm at, where there's like, I teach Latin, I teach English, I do chess.
Like that. Nice. It's a lot going on.
And I was in the spring play. And I'm interested in a lot of different things, and so I think I'm kind of like a muffaletta sandwich, and I love muffaletta sandwiches.
We're gonna go back to that. I'm bad at hosting. That was good. I forgot he was in the play. I was in the play with him.
We were both in the play together.
So is that your first time?
That was the first time I've ever acted in my life.
And it was the first time we kind of transitioned to the Vera Hughes Center.
That's right.
Wow.
Right. And
so how was that?
That was a blast.
So this is your first time you kind of with children. Had to follow somebody. Had to learn your lines. How was that?
That was crazy.
Yeah.
I had no idea. Mr. Pearlboy and I talked about it. I did not. I was interested, but wasn't sure. Mm-hmm. He showed me the role that he was interested in for me, and I'm like, this is not even acting. This is exactly who I am. And so, but it was memorizing the lines was hard work, but I enjoyed that.
Okay.
But what I really was not prepared for was the challenge of how you articulate the lines. And I knew this intellectually, but I never really thought about what it's actually like, where every single word you need to decide how you're going to say it. Yeah. Am I going to emphasize this word or that word? I'm going to be angry or am I going to be funny? And so all those decisions you had to make, that was initially a real challenge, but it was also what made it a lot of fun. And of course, Mr. Pearlberg was fantastic at that. And all the students were fantastic at that as well. And it was so much fun working with the students. It
was fun. I had fun.
But I'd never been up on a stage like that before. I kept trying to think of myself as a teacher. I'm just going to be like I am as a teacher. But it was definitely
How did you feel that you had to not only work with them, but you had to act in front of your students? They had to not really see a different side of you, but kind of see your costume.
I just sort of had to keep thinking that this is, the role was sort of.
Was it similar?
Similar to being a teacher, because
nice.
I was sort of like the older guy who was in charge of this group of lawyers.
I'm not gonna release it because you should have been there if you didn't see that. Okay.
And so it was. So in the end, I think I was nervous. I was probably more nervous about acting in front of the faculty.
Oh, really? The colleagues.
Yeah, exactly. Because the students see me all the time.
Right.
At my best and at my absolute terrible worst. So I wasn't so worried about the students, but the faculty was actually more. And there were times where I would look down and I could occasionally see faces. And when I would see like teachers' faces, that made me sort of more nervous than when I saw students' faces.
That's interesting. I like that. Okay. I know that. So my second question, Kind of, you know. I'm new to this. My second question. If you were an animal, what animal would you be?
Oh, boy.
Yes. We got the sandwich, now we got the animal.
Well, I was, that's actually easy.
That's easier. That is easier. Sandwich is kind of out there.
I swam competitively for 14
did
years.
You? High school?
Yes, high school through college. Actually,
Wow.
4th grade through college.
Were you good?
No, I was very mediocre.
Okay.
Just like the Mount Carmel chess team.
Right.
But that's sort of my point. It was a very powerful experience, and I
Mm.
still think of it every day. I probably think about some part of my swimming life. So definitely a dolphin. I'd love to be a dolphin.
You're a dolphin.
Oh,
Nice.
definitely.
And they're pretty up
Yeah,
there.
that's right. They're very
Yeah.
articulate. As well.
I'm gonna
That's
call you
great.
Doc for nothing. So, all right. My third question. I said 3. We're gonna end.
Okay.
Is there anything that you want to say to the Mount Carmel? You know, it could be the chess team, your colleagues, the students, parents, your future Mount Carmel people.
That's a really good question. I'll say. Well, this was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you.
And I think that the most important thing is to thank you for doing this. And
Yeah.
This is a great experience, and I think that you really exemplify what makes Mount Carmel great.
Yeah.
Is your own, what you bring to Mount Carmel, and all the crazy things that you are involved with.
Right.
Which
Yeah.
make you a good chess player, but probably not a great chess player because
I'm
you're
in
so
so much-
busy. You're a muffaletta
I
sandwich.
have potential to be board 1. That's what he's basically saying.
You're like a muffaletta sandwich. There's just so much going on. So yeah, I mean, I
Don't
love,
be Aaron Hyler, is what he just said. Don't be Aaron Hyler. Be a good chess player.
No, I love Mount Carmel High School. I think it's really an incredible place. Like I said earlier, I have no regrets over spending literally 25 years, most of my adult professional life here. And it's just our little corner of the world. But if you're going to, devote your life to a little corner of the world, this is a great place to do it. And so, yeah, I think that's what it comes right down to is that's it.
Nice.
But it's a challenging place. The diversity makes it powerful, but sometimes challenging as well because we have students and adults from all different walks of life rubbing shoulders with each other, and sometimes it can get a little rough.
Mm-hmm.
But in the end, this is a better sort of model for what the world should look like than what you get at a lot of places, suburban high schools, urban high schools. This is a better model than most places
Nice.
In the country. And I don't think everybody really appreciates how important that is. And they should appreciate that. And they should really, we should really celebrate that.
Well, thank you, Doc.
Thank you.
I'm gonna use that as inspiration.
Okay.
If you want somewhere to put your life, make it Mount Carmel.
Exactly.
I like it. Well, thank you.
All right, thank you.
I want to thank my producers, Wyatt Knight and Lucas Rios. I don't know. I forgot it. My bad, Lucas. My bad. I gotta get it. I want to thank Miss Minky and all the people Mr. Polberg, who unlocked the door for us. Yeah, every piece counts. Thank you that we can use this room. We got cameras now. We'll have more episodes to come. It's the Built on Dante podcast with me, Aaron Hyler, and Dr. Barry. Thank you.
Thank you.